Family, welcome to the 4th episode of our podcast. We have Brother Hakeem with us, but we also have a special guest here, Brother Tashawn. I wanted to host today's podcast in regards to the importance of unity and structure. So we're going to have Brother Tashawn and Brother Hakeem speak most of the day. I'm just going to guide the conversation with some questions. Brother Hakeem or Brother Tashawn, what comes to mind for y'all when you hear the word unity? What does that mean to you?
Oneness. I believe oneness come together when I hear unity, because of the fact that unity is a big thing, and it's a lot of disunity amongst Black Americans, and I feel as though majority of our problems will be solved through unity. So us being disunited could have problems like, okay, we live in our household, right? We striving to do one thing, and our family members striving to do another. So that could bring an altercation or a conflict within the household because of the fact that we all not on the same page and we going different routes. We striving to do different things. So you may be in disagreement with what I got going on, and then that could ultimately lead to a big conflict. So that's why I feel as though unity, like that part, unity is very important in regards to like why we should unite and come together. It's just oneness, bro. It's peace inside the household where everybody on the same page. But if everybody not on the same page, brother, oh man, conflict, war, and all of that.
I know what that's like, brother. I mean, what you said, something that stuck out to me, oneness.
That's right.
There has to be a meeting of the minds.
That's right.
Between all of the individuals who are coming to look to unite, because
Yes, sir.
you can't have unity and everyone's mindset is not in accord with one another. There has to be a meeting of the minds
Yes, sir.
in order for us to unite. There has to be an understanding
Yes, sir.
that we're coming to.
That's right.
And if there isn't no understanding, then you can't even ask me to unite with you. You can't ask me to join on to something that I don't understand.
That's right.
You can't ask me to partake in something that I don't understand. And why am I doing this?
Yes.
What is the value of me doing this? See,
Good question.
we live in a world where, people, unfortunately, we have become people where it's like, what can you do for me?
Good question. That's right.
How do I benefit
That's
from
right.
this?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
That's the kind of people we have became.
Praise.
We become like bloodsuckers and ticks.
Mm.
So really, and you brought up the disunity amongst Black people. We are the number one people on the planet Earth that are disunified. Not just Black Americans, but all over the world, Blacks are not united, are not coming together. You go to the motherland, Africa, they're not united. They're begging for wealth, and the wealth is right under their feet.
Wow.
And they don't even realize that.
Wow.
But if they came together and pooled their resources, they will see, wow, we've been standing on wealth all this time.
Wow.
But yet people come from other countries and go to Africa and they can find the wealth with no problem.
Yes, sir.
That white man can find that wealth with no problem.
Yes, sir.
But yet the people who live there, because they're not unified, because they're not together, they can't find that wealth that's right under their feet that they walk on every single day.
That common ground.
That common ground.
That's right.
But it's because there isn't a meeting of the minds and there isn't a meeting of the hearts. Their hearts aren't in tune. Their spirit isn't in tune. Their minds aren't in tune. So when those things are not in tune with one another, we can't talk about unity.
You can't. That's just
We
like
can't.
That's just like in the build on what you were saying, Brother Tashawn. That's just like saying you're a basketball player, right?
Right.
You played with a football player before.
Oh man. Don't put a football player on the basketball court. I will walk off the court. I know exactly where
We
you're
don't
going.
have
with
the
this.
same arm,
Right,
right?
I know where you're going.
So his defense may be a little hackish, you know what I'm saying?
A little.
He may shoot the ball a little too hard. You see what I'm saying? Everything is just super aggressive.
Yeah.
When you play with a football player. Why? Because he don't have a basketball mindset. He got a football. Okay, I gotta make sure he do not score this ball.
Right.
And it's the same mindset that he had on the football field.
Right.
To make sure he don't get to the other side of the field.
Yes, sir.
And his goal is to stop you.
Right. And he gonna stop you. However way he needs to stop you, he gonna
You
stop
gonna
you.
be getting clothesline, all of that.
No,
bro.
for
Like,
real. I bear
it
witness.
happens.
Look, you hear me? I bear witness. Brother, let me tell you a story. All the real hoopers know how LA Fitness get.
Yes.
Man, I was playing at LA Fitness one time. I went up for a layup. Yo, Allah's my witness. Brother, Allah's my witness.
Yo.
My shoulder popped out
God damn.
of the circuit. Because the football player, and it's crazy because he really didn't do much. He just, tried to hit the ball out of my hand when I was trying to go up. He hit the ball, he tried to hit the ball out of my hand, but he hit my arm. And it popped out of his circuit.
God damn.
I'm looking like, bro, I was so mad because I'm like, why? Like, I'm like, all I had to ask him was, why, bro? Like, why are you playing like this? Like, it's not we at LA Fitness. Like,
Yeah, like it's the end of the world, bro.
No,
you
son.
telling me, man?
But yeah, you see, there's no unity in the minds, bro. Like what he was sharing.
That's a
like
good
the
point.
mind, bro. Like it's two different mindsets. So y'all not in the code with one another. See, if that football player was on your team, he wasn't against you, bro. And you give him the ball, you can't expect him to do nothing that you need him to do.
Right. No.
He passed the ball too hard. It's all he throw the ball. He like pass. He's stuck in the paint, right? And he throw that jump all the way back court. And you standing right here like too hard. You like, all right, my fault, my fault. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just him playing. That's just him trying to actually play basketball. But he don't have the mindset and the skills to actually put that together. So that's why we when we unite and we all on the same page, same mindset, same thoughts, and we think in the same. Everything flow well. Everything flow well, but when we not on the same page, we're not in agreement. So that's just like, that just bring the fact that like that's not crazy, man. But yeah, praise be to Allah for the football player.
What do you think is necessary, or what do you think is needed before we can even talk about unity? And this is a question for Brother Christian, a question for Brother Hakeem. Before we could talk about unity, what do you think is needed before or leading into that, that process of unifying or uniting our people? Because there's key ingredients that's needed before we can be talking about unity.
I feel like the ultimate, me personally speaking, I feel like the ultimate ingredient is knowledge of self.
Okay.
You gotta know yourself. You gotta love yourself. Surely I want for my brother what I want for myself, right? I want you to be successful. So we gotta have like minds. If I want to be successful and I want you to be successful, you can't be saying that you can't have a failure mentality. If I want you to be successful, because I could only wish and believe in you to become successful. But if you don't believe in yourself, what we taught? Mere belief counts for nothing unless put into practice, right? So I feel like the knowledge of self and who we are is only going to bring that unity about, because there's so much, we suffer from trust issues. You see what I'm saying? Being lied to so much. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to deal with nobody. We don't want to have to deal with a person that's always lying all the time to us. We all know what it's like to be lied to. Somebody tell us something, we've been lied to something.
Yeah,
lied to.
unfortunately.
We don't want to be lied to. We know it's like, and then you dealing with somebody in business. I was explaining, me and Brother Christian was having a talk about a business that we had that we was trying to come up with, right? And putting certain people in a position to manage the money. We could have trust issues in that person because we don't know what that person is capable of doing, what the heart of that person is. You see what I'm saying? What the mindset of that person is. That person mindset could have been like completely contrary to what we got going on. Okay, I'm gonna be a part of their business so I can, and they put me as the person that managed the money. Okay, I'm gonna wait till they have enough money and then they went off with it. You see what I'm saying? That could be their mindset. We never know, because ain't nobody gonna share evil thought with you, really, or what they really plan to do of evilness or wickedness. They only gonna share what they gonna hear you. They gonna take in what you say, and then they gonna start thinking. They probably gonna put it into action. You see what I'm saying? So he said, as a man thinketh, Jesus talking, as a man thinketh in his heart.
As a man thinketh in his heart,
so is he.
so is he.
You see what I'm saying? So if you thinking that, beloved, it's only but a few moments till you actually do it. So I feel as though, to propose your question, I feel like knowledge of self is the best and the ultimate key to actually unifying with one another, because once we know ourselves, we'll love ourselves more. You see what I'm saying? And if we could love ourselves more, we could love each other more. So once we love each other more, I wouldn't want to steal from you because I wouldn't want you to do that to me. I hurt you because I wouldn't want you to hurt me. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, to answer your question, knowledge of self, I feel as though is the ultimate key or ingredient, I should say, to bring about unity.
I didn't plan on talking today,
Brother.
Praise be
but
to
I'm gonna
God.
have to
I
say
think you
something.
part.
now.
Yeah. Most definitely, yeah.
All right, so in the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Him. Muhammad is His messenger. You know, we just recently got issued a final call on Tuesday, I believe it was. At least we should have, and that was in reference to the Million Man March. So October 16th, 1995, as of 29 years ago, we're celebrating the Million Man March. When actually the minister called for one, it got nearly, if not 2 million men, along with women. So to answer your question, brother, we have to look at the 8 steps of atonement, but also the minister, because who founded the Nation of Islam in the first place? Who was raised up after founding the Nation of Islam? Who was taught after the Nation of Islam was here established in North America? Who brought black consciousness to the community? Who brought conscious rap into the community? Who brought all of these ideologies in the first place? It was a God who cared about us. So when you have somebody who travels 9,000 miles for you, the unity was within his mind in the first place before he even got here. So you have to study other people who already are united, is what I'm getting at. You see other organizations, gangs, affiliations, non-profit organizations. They have unity amongst them because of what we've done. Black Panther Party, they originate from us. So you have to look at the people who already do this actively and are living in practice of doing such. So once again, brother, we have to look at people who are already successful in this field, otherwise we're going to be led astray. So somebody like the minister, when you call for 1 million men and get 2, that's somebody who understands unity. That's somebody who understands how to unite. That's somebody who understands leadership and structure. That's somebody who understands organization. So take a look at a body of people who already do something to where you'll be successful. When you're playing basketball, right? And I have to mention this because we're Ubers.
Most definitely.
5 players on the court. And 4 of them cannot shoot, and 1 can. Who's doing the shooting vast majority of the time? The person who can shoot. Why? Because you're going to give it to somebody who's going to lead somebody in order to do the right thing on the floor. You're not going to put somebody in a position to shoot whenever they can. However, if they're hot because of the shooter and they're closing out, then that's when you give it to somebody else. So that's where the unity comes in. You have to evolve yourself and play a role in assisting other people to be on the same page as you, so you can all unite as one. Draymond Green is not a Stephen Curry, but Stephen Curry made Draymond Green. He fit that role. So then he became the perfect role to play under him because of the unity. Klay Thompson, 2016, 2017, 18, when they had this notorious run, historically one of the best teams of all time, they all couldn't play like each other. They just played alike from each other, so they united. So case in point, brother, the more you study other people who already are united, the better chances you have of being united, because you already have a blueprint to follow. And that's somebody like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan we have to embody. Otherwise, we're going to have people who constantly complain, oh, black people can't unite. Well, you're not following somebody who's united. What result do you expect at that point? You put gas in the car, then you put water in it the next day. You're going to have issues because you're not in harmony with what the vehicle needs. You're not united with the vehicle. The vehicle was originally made to take a certain type of gas. Continue to put it in it so you can get to where you need to go. And that's the importance of unity and structure. You have to come together with people who are like-minded.
That's a great point.
All praise is due to Allah.
You know, for me, and beautiful points, brothers, beautiful points. For me, Brother Hakeem was on it when he said, knowledge of self. But we can't have the knowledge of self and not have the knowledge of God. Knowledge of self and the knowledge of God. If I have the knowledge of myself, I have the knowledge of God.
Yes, sir. Come
and if
on.
I have the knowledge of God, I have the knowledge of myself.
Go ahead.
So really, the two are inseparable.
Yes.
So the two are one.
That's right.
And, you know, in the knowledge of self, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
That's right.
That key ingredient, we lack knowledge. We lack understanding.
Yes, sir.
We can't come together because most of us we don't even know ourselves. We don't know who we are. When I see my brother at the liquor store, or my brother bent over and stumbling and falling, it wasn't until I had the knowledge of self. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say all my life when I seen that brother drunk or that sister selling herself, you know, as a prostitute, I'm not gonna lie and say all my life I wanted to help them and change their condition, because I'm gonna be honest, when I was younger, I used to be scared of that behavior. I used to be like, whoa,
What's going on?
what's going on? Like, keep me away.
That's right.
But now that I got the knowledge of self, and now that I got the knowledge of God, well, continuing to strive to come up into the knowledge of thinking of God. I'm not gonna say I got it all,
Right.
but I'm coming up into that thinking. Now when I see my brother and I see my sister, I want to go to them. I want to go toward the drunk. I want to go toward the crackhead, not to partake in the behaviors, just to get that understood,
Yes, sir.
but to get them out of that condition. Because now that I have the knowledge of myself and I have the knowledge of God, I want to now bring them up into that thinking in which by nature they are really supposed to be functioning on that level.
Yes, sir.
But due to circumstances, we don't have to get into that, but due to circumstances, the black man and woman has been brought down. We're now functioning on the levels of beasts.
That's right.
I remember the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, he said a cockroach in the eyesight of God is more valuable than the human being
God.
right now.
That's crazy.
Just think about that. The cockroach.
The one that we just stepped on.
Right. The cockroach that we, you know what I'm saying? That little cockroach
Brother. That's powerful.
in the eyesight of God is more valuable currently than the human being. I'm paraphrasing. Currently than the human being. Because human beings, we're not functioning on the level in which God created us to function on. We're on the level of beasts. We're living like beasts. Look at our condition. And it's not just the black man and woman. We're in the worst condition, but it's the whole world. The whole world is like beasts. We let our appetites speak for us. We follow after our appetites, but man is supposed to have control and mastery over flesh.
Yes, sir.
And that's what makes man God. When man is mastered, when he can master his flesh, master his appetite. And that's why Brother Hakeem likes to talk about how to eat to live. In that process of fasting, you're learning how to master your flesh.
That's right.
Master, gain control over your thinking, gain control over your appetite.
Yes, sir.
So you can tell yourself, nah, I don't need that. Nah, I'm good. I don't need that. Thank you, though. You know, but to close my point, we have to have a thorough knowledge of self and a thorough knowledge of God. And when you look at our people, we don't study history.
Not at all.
We don't study history, because if we did, we would see, wait a minute, you mean to tell me my ancestors built the monuments in Washington, D.C.?
Wow.
My ancestors built railroads? My ancestors built traffic lights, TV remotes? They say Benjamin Franklin built the light bulb. That's wrong. He built the bulb itself. But did you know that a black man invented the actual, I forgot what it's called, but the piece that actually makes the light bulb light up? A black man invented that. Benjamin Franklin only came up with the bulb, the outer part. But a black man invented, search it up, a black man invented the actual part that lights the bulb up.
That's crazy.
They don't tell you that. But if we studied our history, we would understand that we could do all of the things that were done before again. Slavery was terrible,
It was.
100%, but it also was a wake-up call
Wow.
That's right.
to show you how powerful you are. You think the white man went to Africa and grabbed a bunch of dumb people? They like to say we were swinging on vines. Stop lying. You would not go waste your time and go to Africa and grab a bunch of people swinging on vines that don't know nothing to come work for you. No, you're going to grab some smart people. You're going to grab intelligent people. They knew how intelligent our ancestors were. That's why they went there. And they took the best part. Come on now. They took the best.
That's right.
They said, now we need the best of the best to build our civilization.
That's right.
So they went and got the best of the best and built their civilization. So America is built on the backs of blacks. So if we were to unite, come on now. If we was to unite, look at what we could do. We could do what we did for the white man, for ourselves.
Yes, sir.
But that's why he doesn't want you to have the knowledge of self and the knowledge of God.
He said,
That's why he doesn't want you aligning your mind with Farrakhan, aligning your mind with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He doesn't want you to know your God, the God who chosen you, who appeared to us in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. He don't want you to know that.
that's right.
You think that white man don't know that Master Fard Muhammad lives? You
Brother.
think he don't know the most honorable Elijah Muhammad lives?
That's right.
You think he don't know that Farrakhan is acquainted with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Fard Muhammad?
That's
They
right.
know that already.
That's right.
They don't want you to know that.
That's right.
So black man and woman that's listening, we need you to get in line. We need you to get in line with Farrakhan.
That's right.
All praises are due to Allah. I'm fired up.
Yes, sir.
I'm fired up. Look, and I just want to say something real quick.
That's right.
This right here is an example. I'm not including myself in this. Ready? This right here is an example of unity. These brothers, y'all wouldn't even know where we're at right now. We are at a recreation center. These brothers took whatever the hell they could get. Excuse my language, but they took whatever they could get. No excuses.
That's right.
And they said, man, we're going to make this podcast happen.
That's right.
One way or another.
That's right.
Brothers tried to say, well, we're going to have to need this. I was one of those brothers. I'm being so honest. I said, well, brothers, don't you think we're going to need this? Man, they said, look, you either with us or not. And they started that. Look, they started the podcast without, you know what I'm saying? All praises are due to Allah. I'm saying that to say, all it takes is two brothers with like minds to come together and they can start whatever the heck they want. That's it. Imagine if we got, now I'm here today by the grace of Allah, but these brothers, if these brothers didn't take the initiative and start this, we wouldn't be here right now. We are in a recreation center. We're not in our own studio,
Praise be to Allah.
but they got it, man. I thank you, brothers, for real.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you because, you know, I don't want to keep going, but
Praise be to
point me,
But
you
to
know.
build on to what you said,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get on to that as well.
Praise be
But
to
to build
Allah.
on what you said, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, you really don't know how powerful you are.
We don't.
He said you could tune into people think.
That's right.
He said you could tune into people think. And to talk about history, who built the Sphinx? Who built the Sphinx? That's over there in Egypt.
Built the pyramids, yep.
My grandfather showed me, he said, and I can't fathom it. But in the Bible it says, ye are all gods, children of the Most High God.
That's right.
And Allah says, be, and it is.
That's right.
So whatever He wills, He brings it about, He manifests it. He brings it into fruition. My grandfather told me, he said, you know how the pyramids was built? He said from top to bottom on sand. Using telekinesis.
Yeah, that's a fact. They had
Brother,
they used
how is you building, where's the foundation?
That's what I was just thinking about. How the hell did you?
Where's the foundation?
That's a lot.
From top to bottom. You know you gotta work from the bottom up.
Yep.
So from top to bottom, we had to be gods. We had to be.
Wow.
Because only a God could do that. We talking about we building a pyramid from top to bottom. That means we like from right here and we working our way down on sand. Using telekinesis, bro.
And really, it ain't even top to bottom.
Brother.
Because when you look at the pyramids, the architecture of it, it can't be, the reason why it can't be mimicked is because the mathematics it took to build such a structure at that kind of angle. If you look at the pyramids, it's I can't even explain it, but the edges, they didn't take regular blocks and align them up and just build them up. It took precise mathematics
Yes.
that this world doesn't have. This world doesn't have the mathematics it took to build those pyramids, which is why nobody could do it again. That's why the minister said, okay, tell them to go build it again. Because the Jews said, oh, no, we're the ones who built the pyramids. Tell them to go build it again.
Wow.
Folks out here lying. That's crazy.
Tell them to go, he said, tell them to go build it again. They can't. It can't be rebuilt because they didn't do it. No. Come on now.
We've been
As hot as Egypt is,
Mm.
you mean to tell me some Caucasians was in Egypt building pyramids? And then, not to mention, there was not. Come on now. Look. SP40 didn't exist. Sunscreen didn't exist.
That's facts.
So, ask the white man, can he go sit in the heat for hours? And we're not talking about American heat. We're not talking about, you go to the Jersey Shore and stick your toes in the sand for a little bit. We're talking about real heat.
We talking about Sudan people.
You by the equator. You're on the equator.
Yes.
So that's a different kind of heat. Man, no white man can sit in that heat that long and build pyramids, lifting structures. Come on now.
Right.
But this isn't no racist thing. We just gotta tell the truth today.
Is this the truth?
We gotta talk facts.
This ain't no hate speech.
This ain't not at all, bro.
We just being realistic. How did we get this knowledge?
Well, how did we get it?
Where is this knowledge derived from?
The most honorable Elijah Muhammad,
That's right.
as taught by God in person,
Mm-hmm.
Master Fard Muhammad,
In that order, brother. Yes, sir.
and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's those three.
Those three.
Those three.
Look the power.
I give no credit to nobody else but those three.
That's it. That's it.
No credit. I don't give no credit to no high school teacher because they didn't teach me nothing.
At all.
I don't give no credit to no elementary teacher. None of my teachers that I've had in my life, I don't give no credit to.
Because what did they teach you that you could use today?
The only thing they allowed me to take away from those schools was I could put a clean glass up to a dirty glass.
Mm.
That clean glass is the Nation of Islam and what we have in that foundation. That dirty glass is the school system that's now crumbling and turning into dust.
Yes.
Guide your point. Brother Christian wrote these questions, by the way. I don't want.
Yes, sir. Yes,
These
sir.
are Brother Christian's questions.
All
So,
praises due to Allah.
he wrote, "What does structure mean to you?"
Mm.
So this podcast episode we might have to do part 2. Woo! Because I'm liking the energy. I'm liking the energy.
Oh man.
But the podcast episode is the importance of unity and structure.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to make sure we touch on structure. So Brother Christian asked the question, what does structure mean to you? So you could, because I know that that'll guide you.
In one word, foundation. Foundation. The base. Where it started. That's why I look at structure. Base of it. Where it started and where it's gonna end. The money, right? You get a nice home. Your home is the base of your foundation, right? The base of your foundation. Cool. You govern whatever you supposed to maintain and upkeep that home, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. If you care about it. Yeah.
If you care about it. If you care about it, you're supposed to maintain and upkeep the home.
That's right.
Why? That is your foundation. Because if you don't maintain and upkeep the home, what happened? It started to rip apart. It become infested with roaches, mice, and all the bad things. You have probably water when it rain hard. Cause God bring, the most honorable like mom, He control rain, hail, sleet, and earthquake. There's no earthquakes. You see what I'm saying? So when it rains, you don't want it to be pouring down. You want to make sure that you upkeep and maintain that home. Or your foundation gonna break down and start back from the bottom where it was once begun at, right? So that's why I feel as though foundation and structure. That's the only word that comes to my mind when I think of structure, bro. When I hear structure, it's foundation, the base of where it started at. Where you started at? Where did we start at? We started from the bottom. That was our foundation at one point, and then we had to work our way up, and we got to upkeep and maintain our foundation, right? We got to upkeep and maintain our minds. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We was at the lowest. Our face was in the mud. Ooh.
Dang.
Our face was the fornication. Ooh.
Guilty.
The weed smoking.
Guilty.
Ooh. The mouth smoking. The cigarette smoking. The partying. There was no foundation.
Yes, sir.
There was no structure.
Yeah.
Brothers.
You said
If it wasn't for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, And Allah who came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, who
Yes.
traveled 9,000 miles to come save one. Who said he would climb 40 miles high and eat rattlesnakes to save one of us. If it wasn't for them three, we wouldn't have a foundation. We wouldn't have structure. We wouldn't be united. We wouldn't be here to this day.
That's right, brother.
Right?
Yes, sir.
We would not be sitting up here having this discussion right now.
That's a fact.
We could be out here doing whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right?
Nah, that's right.
Brother, I got work today.
Brother.
I could be home sleep. Counting them Z's, bro.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I could be home counting them Z's, like, but I'm here by the grace of Allah. Before we can even talk about structure, you brought up a word, foundation.
That's all I think
The
about.
foundation has to come before structure. Because if you look at how, let's take buildings for example. We're in a building, right?
That's right.
The foundation is the base. You can't build up, which is structure. Structure is what you're building up. Foundation is the base. So I can't start building until I have that foundation laid. And I know this seems pretty solid, right? We ain't gonna fall through the floor.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna fall from beneath us. So okay, this foundation is good. We could put it right here. You know what I'm saying?
Praise
So that foundation has to be laid, then that structure could be put in place. Structure to me is like, look at your body. It's like the skeleton. The skeleton is what holds everything in place.
That's right.
It's what keeps everything tight.
That's
Keeps
right.
the organs and everything tight. Framework, which is just the skeleton. Without the framework,
Structure. That's right.
you know what I'm saying? What's keeping my muscles intact? What's keeping everything intact? Well, it takes structure.
Yes.
So that framework, right? When I think of structure, I think of organization. I think of order. You know, because if the structure starts to deteriorate,
Yes,
if the structure starts to wear off or tear down, everything on the inside goes along with it. Because there's no frame or there's nothing holding it up.
That's right.
Right? So the structure is important. So everybody gets about the deteriorate.
Yo, I'm laughing because we made the structure. Like, just think about it. If your skull wasn't the structure of your head, bro.
I lost my point, brother. I done lost my point.
Your bones, you said the framework. You said the framework. So look,
a
you got
lot.
the framework, right? And it got the structure. If you ain't had no bones in your body, how would your body look?
That's what you think.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
Like you would just be organs,
Yeah,
bro.
brother, yeah.
You would just be organs. There's nothing to keep your organs in place, bro. Your body would drop without your bones, bro. That just look crazy. That's the picture that came out of my head.
I'd have made the brother think. Look, I'd have made him think too hard now. Oh man, all praise to Allah, brother.
That's what my.
You know what they say? It ain't me talking, it's God talking. So,
That's
but
yes, sir.
but I'm saying that to say, look at drill. I love and honor drill. Shout out to brother Rob. Hardest DI I know. Anybody else who sees this, don't take nothing personal, but that's my DI.
That's right. That's right.
Drill is the exercise of the gods because you're submitting your will. You're taking on the commands of someone else. We're taught in drill, not the number one rule in drill is to not anticipate the command. But there's a deep understanding in anticipation. Anticipation shows you lack patience. Anticipation shows you're not listening. You're really not listening. See? Anticipation shows I'm still in my mind. I'm still in, I want to do what Tashawn wants to do. That's the mode I'm still in, when I'm anticipating.
That's right.
Anticipation means I'm assuming. Do you know that all of those things, do you know that in the line of battle, or in battle, those things will get you killed? If the sergeant says, brother, stay right here and be very, very still. Don't move your head. And I said, well, why not? Next thing you know, my head taken off my shoulders.
That's crazy.
This is real life. No. I'm talking about in the enemy's army. We play Call of Duty. Come on now.
Yep, that's right.
You lean too far to that right, that sniper done got you.
You ain't lying.
So we talk, and them ranks be tight. Tight. Head behind the head. You can't even see the brother behind you if you real, right?
That's right.
Head behind the head. You don't move. You don't even flinch until an order is given. It's teaching you order. It's teaching you structure. It's giving you structure, right?
That's right.
In the word instructions is that word structure. To instruct. You can't instruct something without structure.
Okay.
You can't guide something if there's no instructions.
That's right.
So structure is put in place to keep everything tight. Because once I know there's structure, I can leave and come back and know, all right, everything's still in place.
Wow.
See, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan wants to make sure that there is structure in the Nation of Islam so that when he departs and he comes back, that nation is still there. So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
What are we being prepared for? I don't mean to go too far off. I don't want to go too far into the teachings. But I just want to touch this on a very simple level. You know, structure is put in place to keep things together. So we talked about unity earlier. Once you have unity, you need structure to keep that unity together, or to keep that tight.
Yes, sir.
Once we have a meeting of the minds,
That's right.
now structure is put in place. Well, brother Christian, let me see this real quick. Sorry, brother. Well, brother Christian, this the structure. This is the what you can do and what we can't do. Come on now. The minister said you could come into the nation as you are, but you can't stay as you are. Meaning,
Good point.
you could come a drunk, you could come a womanizer, you could come that way, but you can't stay that way.
Yes, sir.
Because why? We have structure.
Yes, sir.
We have rules.
Yes, sir.
We have laws that you gotta follow, and you can't follow that? Brother Christian, it was a pleasure doing business with you, but unfortunately, you don't meet our requirements. Straight like that. You can't stay as you are. That's structure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's structure, and eventually, when you get it, it's like, it just becomes part of life. That's why we say Islam is a lifestyle. See, Allah gave us structure.
And he gave us a lifestyle, bro.
That's why we say Islam is not a religion.
It's
It's a lifestyle. Why? Because, see, look at what Moses was given. Or look at what Moses gave. He gave you he gave you laws. He gave you laws.
That's right.
What did Jesus give? Commandments.
Yes, he did.
That's right.
That's right.
He gave you what is that? That's structure.
That's right. Good point, brother.
He's letting you know, as long as you follow, Moses gave you 10. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not fornicate. Thou shalt not steal.
Commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit a crime. He gave you 10, but Jesus said, man, look, I'm going to give you 2. That's how easy I'm going to make this.
Wow.
I'm going to give you 2. 2 commandments. If you follow these 2 commandments, brother, you'll never stray off of the path of Allah. Do you know that they used to have to pray way more than five times a day?
Yes.
Was it like 50 times?
Brother, more than that.
Yeah. I think it got brought down.
It got brought down each time. He kept going to God. Oh, Allah. Please.
Oh, man.
And Allah's like, all right, we're going to break it down to 5.
Bruh.
So if we don't get at least 5, and it's like, bruh, you can't do at least 5?
Nah, that's a valid question.
You can't
Like, bro,
remember the God at least 5 times a day?
gave you 50.
I brought it down from, no, it was higher than 50. I brought it down from, let's think of, if Allah told you, brother, you got to pray to me 100 times a day. that damn near is your day. I'm not even trying to be funny. But real talk, that is your
That's
day.
the whole day, but
So they spent most of their days praying.
Realistically.
Right.
They didn't have no idle time.
Nope.
It was, Brother Hakeem, it wasn't no Brother Christian. It was no let's go play basketball. By the time they put their shoes on, we gotta go pray. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Bro, you can't even think of a God.
I'm
as
being
a
serious.
Lord.
Yo,
Everything is like God is like, yo,
but look,
100%.
I guarantee you that structure was tight though.
It was.
I guarantee you they was tight.
Had to, bro. It's funny.
But I'm just saying that we gotta laugh a little bit, you know. But I'm just saying that to say, you know, structure keeps everything, you know, tight. You know, that's all for me.
Praise be to Allah.
Chris, you got anything you want to ask or add?
Yeah, I'm finished, beloved.
I want to say thank you, brothers.
No. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, you guys made not only a sacrifice, but you were willing to help us enhance the unity that we're trying to bring on the episode in the first place.
That's right.
So, you know, Brother Tashawn had made the point about how, in reality, your commandments and your instructions given, you have to tie in discipline and submission to that. So when you have a DI telling you what to do, your mom, your dad, a significant other telling you what to do, you have to listen to these instructions for the betterment of yourself and your whole entire community that surrounds you. Per se, you go home to a family, and I don't want to keep this long because we do have to go.
Right.
You come home, Mom, you know, I had a long day. I need you to do these dishes for me, baby. I gotta cook. Okay. Now, you gotta do that 7 days in a row. You won't get aggravated eventually. God damn, why can't she keep asking me to do this shit? I got brothers and sisters.
That's a fact.
Bro, you 5 deep in the household. Like, you got a whole husband that don't do nothing. You hot, you tight. Man, I just wanna go home.
Oh, wow.
I done went to school for 8 hours looking at these mofos I don't even like. Then on top of it, I'm dealing with people trying to fight me and fight in general. Like, it's just mad energy. You gotta do it. Then you gotta come home to this. So the question is this: if we want to be successful in the unity and structure, and you can't even do this at home, how are we going to succeed? You got to start submitting at home. Start with your family. Start small, and then you take it to a point to where you can go amongst like-minded people because your energy is right. Brother Tashawn,
You said something that just stuck out to me. Can I add something?
please go
And
ahead.
after, wait,
I don't need to
after
cut
you
you
done, let me just, I gotta dig into one thing
Okay,
at
go
all.
ahead.
Well, go ahead, beloved.
Well, you go first.
Okay, Allah got 99 attributes, right?
Yes, he does.
And 101 of the law, right?
That's right.
My focus is every attribute, work on one attribute a month at least.
Ooh.
And find out whatever. So if it's the beneficent, look up what beneficent means. And if it, whatever it means, you strive to do that for 30 days. And I want to try that. And if y'all willing to be up to the challenge, we should all try that and strive to become
Let's
that.
do it.
And then we can fall into all 99 to Allah's attributes. I believe we want to be. We striving to become one with our
Yes.
Creator.
That's
So
good
starting
point.
with the attribute, I feel as though once a month, one attribute a month, we can increase in
I
whatever.
mean, if I may, it really don't even take a month. Because naturally, his attributes are in your DNA.
That's right.
Allah said that, well, in the Bible it says, we created man in our image and after our likeness.
That's right.
So his very DNA essence is already in you.
That's right.
So once you learn the attribute and you learn what the attribute means, it shouldn't be hard to mimic or do because it's already in you to do.
Okay, praise
By
be.
nature, you're already able to do that. So I was gonna say we could do that challenge. I want to challenge us to do. Let's learn an attribute a week,
Okay,
and for that week, work on that attribute.
a week. Okay, yeah, that's
Because I
that's
feel
valid.
like all we gotta do is sharpen it up,
Yeah,
brush ourselves off.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We already got the clothes on.
What's up with the week?
We just
What's
need
up
a
with the week?
look.
Yeah, that's a good job.
Look, that's all we need is a brush up. It's already in us.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And then you want to know what Allah say in the Quran? He says that
Paraphrasing.
Yes, I'm
He's
paraphrasing. He said, "Who are you to say you believe and won't be tried when those is tried before you?"
Oh, he definitely paraphrasing.
Yeah, you see
No,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying.
But look, check this out. We ask Allah. He's the most merciful, right?
Yes.
That's one of His attributes.
Yes, sir.
Mercy.
Yes.
Who's to say that we gonna strive to have mercy and we won't come up with somebody in our family or lost now and then we come up and now we gotta show us being mercy? Because Denzel Washington, I believe, said does Allah give you mercy?
Mm.
Or he said, does God give you mercy, or does he give you the opportunity to be merciful?
Yes, sir.
Does he give you patience, or does he give you the opportunity to be patient?
Good
That's
question.
both.
You see what I'm saying? So who shared this story? It was a brother in the mosque that shared this story. And we way past the time below.
Nah, you good. You good. You good.
Hey, good conversation, man.
There was
Good
a
talk.
brother that shared this story. He said that he was on his knees, right? And he was praying to the Lord. And he said, "Oh Lord, please give me patience. Please give me patience." I mean, that was
Go ahead.
It wasn't that short, but I'm
mean,
getting
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
So next thing you know, he walked into the supermarket. He got all his stuff, and it's a long line.
Mm.
See, this is how
That's how Allah
this is how he worked, right?
Yes,
It's a
brother.
long line.
Yes, I promise you. He worked quick.
So as soon as you say you ask for patience, right? You get aggravated. You know what he did? Left the store. He left the store. He got into his car, right? He drove down the highway. It was traffic.
Damn. I would have been hot.
This is,
Yo.
you ask for patience. He
Nah,
gave you
that's
the
right.
opportunity
That's right. That's right. That's
to
right.
have patience.
Mhm.
You just not going. Ain't no mystery, God.
Right,
That's
you
right.
just not going to automatically have patience.
Right.
That's right.
This is something you gotta
But
work your way up towards.
but that's how. I'm glad you told that story
Up there,
because do you know that it's not that the world does not believe in God, but Satan is so wise that he just mixed up
That's right.
our perception on God.
The reality of him. That's
So what Satan did is he tried to take the position of God. So Satan knows how God works.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you an example right now. You pray to God, "Oh Allah, I pray to you. I'm in need of wealth. I'm in need of a good home. I'm in need of shelter. I'm in need of this." Allah hears you. He's gonna answer you. But how is Allah gonna answer you?
That's right.
Good question.
He's gonna give you the resources, or He's gonna connect you to the people that can get you those things.
The woman, that's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Allah's gonna bring, so the next day, or sometimes the same day, you might get up off that prayer rug. You might go to the supermarket. A man might bump into you and be like, "Is everything all right?" "Yeah, everything's all right with me. Yeah,
Wow.
"Oh, okay, I'm so and so. I work with the shelter department, and we're just walking around the area and we're looking for some people to, who may be in need of shelter, and
Wow.
we offer job opportunities."
Mm.
Ding, 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 ding. But guess what? How does Satan work? Satan brings it to you like this. Satan's like, "Hell yeah, you can have whatever you want. Put yourself in debt, but you can have it right now. You ain't gotta wait on God. Come on now. I can give it to you right now.
Buddy, you right
Sign
up.
this paper, you can have all the stuff that you want."
Ooh.
So
Right up.
it's not that people don't believe in God. Ready? People don't understand how God works.
That's the point.
So
That's the point.
because the whole world is in search of God.
Spook God.
But they don't realize, they think that God is like a genie.
Yeah.
I say a prayer and then I look at my bank account. Damn, it's still negative $10. But God, I just asked you, can you at least bless me with 100? It's still negative 10. But little did you know, you got a text message that said, "Brother, I got a trucking business. I need some help today. I'll pay you right now."
Before.
"Oh no, I don't got time today. I'm still. I said my prayer. The God gonna bless me. I can't come to work with you today."
Ooh.
Little do you know, that was the guy working through a man texting you, "Brother, I got an opportunity.
Make it
You
plain.
you'll make $400. Damn, I only asked for 100. You talking 4?
Brother.
Oh man.
This back goes to show, sorry to cut you off with that, mere belief accounts for nothing unless put into practice. I'm paraphrasing the Quran though, but in the Quran say, surely we give man signs.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We give man signs and they
Believe it,
heed
right?
not. They heed not. He give you signs. Jada Smith shared the story with his father, Will Smith, bro.
What?
Oh man, what happened?
Look,
He
check
just
this
dropped
out.
the phone.
Look what the brother said. He said, "Okay, I want y'all to start picturing things, right? This is the imagery right here. The man in a boat, right?
What?
A boat.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know this story.
You know it, right?
The man was
Look.
trapped in the flood. Yeah.
And he was in the water. He
Yeah.
said, "God, can you save me?"
Yeah.
The boat went bald, right?
Dang.
No thanks God to save me.
Mm-hmm.
Another boat came bald,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I may need some help. No thanks God to save me.
Mhm.
What Jay Smith say? And then he drowned and went to heaven.
Dang.
And he asked God, hey God, why didn't you save me? He said, I sent you 2 boats, you dummy. That's just being honest though. That's the signs though.
But the real story goes like this. Flood, right? There was a storm that was to come. First off, the real sign was everyone was told to evacuate.
The sign, no.
The man stayed. So the man prayed to God. He said, oh God, once the water started to rise a little bit. Oh God, please send me help. So a guy comes on a boat. He goes, young man, you come on, we gotta get out of here. Why are you still here? Come on, He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm waiting on God. God's gonna come. The dude on the boat, what?
I would say the same.
He's like, man, okay. The man on the boat, he goes. The man in the house says again, oh God, please send me help. Another boat comes.
The signs though.
He's like, no, thank you. God's gonna come get me.
Brother.
They're like, what? Okay. So look, they said, sir, this is your last chance. No, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. Okay. Boat left. Watch this. The water is now so high that the man had to be on his roof.
Dang.
The man goes, oh God, I'm being patient. I'm waiting for you. Please help me. Please come. Helicopter comes.
Wow.
Sir, come on. This is your last chance.
Wow.
Helicopter, send the ladder down. This is your last chance. Oh, no, I'm good. God's coming. I'm all right. Helicopter's like, all right, he's done. Now, once the helicopter came and you really done, because the water was so high, ain't no boats coming no more. They all left. Helicopter was his last chance. That really was his last chance. So the story ended. The man went to heaven. And he asked God, why you ain't saving me? He said, bro, I done sent you 2 boats and a helicopter.
Dang.
And in the men, I told them, or I spoke to you and said, this is your last chance.
Wow.
I told you. How much clearer could the signs be? But I'm saying that to say, our people think like that.
Yeah.
That if I just say a quick prayer, everything goes away. And because it didn't go away, God doesn't exist. That's why people lack belief in God. Because they think God is like a genie. I pray to God and I'm still in debt. Yeah, dummy. Work to get yourself out of debt. Oh, I prayed, but I'm still fat. Man, what? Come on now, we sound foolish. Yeah, you still fat. You ain't doing nothing.
You ain't putting no work in.
Good work.
Come on now.
Living out
But I did want to read something really quick from Closing the Gap.
You can close us out.
To close this out. Brother Christian made a good point earlier. He was talking about structure. And he said, you can start at home and, start small. Really, God is the only reality. If God is the head of your household, as we're taught, he should be. When you become married, when you're married, is the head of your household. Not you. It's God, man, woman, and everything else. In that order. Because if God is not the head of your household, meaning if I'm not submitted to God and my wife is not submitted to God, then the whole structure of that house is not in order. So I have to be in one with God, and my wife, hopefully I choose a wife who is also striving to be one with God. If we're both aligned with God, look at how it goes. My mind's over here, her mind's over here. God is the head. You see that pyramid?
Yes, sir.
So that's how God becomes the head of the household. God is working through you. He's the center. We both got to pray. I can't be the man praying and she not. I can't go to FY class and she's chilling. I can't be looking and search for knowledge and she's chilling. You know what I'm saying? Want to wear all this Prada and get her nails done and just get her hair done and look pretty. But she don't want to read a book because I'm leaving you at home to teach my children. I got everything else, but if I'm going to at least let you stay home, If I'm at least gonna take care of the bills, the least you could do is read a couple of things, learn a couple of things, so that I know that the structure at home, when I leave and come back, I know I'm gonna come home to a house that's still intact.
That's right.
I know that because my wife is also one in one with God.
Crazy.
So I know that she's teaching my children things that are beneficial to our children.
That's right.
So I can come home and I know it's gonna be some peace and quiet. I can come home and I know the house ain't burnt down because my children know better. Why? Because mama taught them well. You get what I'm trying to say?
That's right.
So I just want to read something out of Closing the Gap. Can I do that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And then we can close on that?
Yes, sir.
So on page 53 of Closing the Gap, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, he said, I do not know how anyone can perceive reality properly without Allah. The God-conscious individual is less likely to misperceive reality than one who forsakes Allah. When we forsake Allah, we forsake Him who is the only reality and the creator of that which we are trying to perceive. So when you take God out of the equation, there is no reality. Do you understand that the universe that we live in is God's very own conscious? The whole universe is the mind of God. Think about that.
It is.
If you look at the universe, it's in the shape of a womb. Then we're taught there's 9 planets. When a woman is pregnant, she's pregnant for how many months? 9 months.
On average. That's
So she's in tune. See how God creates us in His image and after His likeness? The woman is pregnant for 9 months. I mean, I don't want to go too deep, but Allah is the only reality. And there's ways that you could prove that just using science.
mathematics.
But what he's saying in that is, if we want to perceive reality correctly, so if we want to talk unity, structure, Allah has to be at the center of all those conversations. And that's the problem with the world right now. That's why the whole world is falling. Because God is not at the center. That's why if you see around the world, the nation of Islam is rising. But all of the nations are falling. Allah is using the nation of Islam as an example of, nah, this is the only nation on earth that's in accord with me. All the other nations are falling. There's no peace in the world right now. Yet we in the nation of Islam, even though we're in the belly of the beast, we at peace. Come on now.
That's right.
We could say we at peace
Yes, sir.
with one another,
Yes, sir.
yet we're in the belly of the beast here in America.
That's right.
Why is that? Because God is at the center of this great nation that's rising. I close with that, brother. Brother. All praises are due to Allah.
That's right.
I really enjoyed this.
Praise be to Allah.
Now this is how you start your day.
Brother.
This is how you start your day.
Praise be to Allah.
Elevated conversation. What else? We could be talking about what? Anything.
Shoot. Girl, call me talking about
Brothers,
Jesus,
may Allah
like,
continue to
you know what
bless
I'm saying?
each and one of you. And I mean that sincerely. May Allah continue to bless each and one of you. And continue to stay the course. I'm speaking to myself right now too.
Yes, sir.
Continue to stay the course.
Praise be to Allah.
Continue to study.
Praise be
Continue
to
to
Allah.
read.
Yes, sir.
Continue to pray.
Yes, sir.
Continue to follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
Continue to strive to emulate
Yes, sir.
the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
To the T.
And continue to pray to your God,
Yes, sir.
who came 9,000 miles for you and I.
Yes, sir.
Master Fard Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
The one who is in power.
Yes, sir.
The one who has power over all things.
That's right.
You ain't hear me. Over all things.
Over all things. Not
over America.
Not overall.
Right.
Over all.
Over all things.
That's
That means he's the God of the universe
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
Master Fard Muhammad.
Praise be to
The
Allah.
God of the universe.
That leads you, Brother
Mm.
Christian.
We are taught in the nation that thought travels at 24 billion miles per second. We have over 14 billion brain cells. Brother, on this episode, I literally turned my head, or I looked at Brother Tashawn and Brother Hakeem, and I wanted to say something that they literally took the thought and brought it to life. Brother, we are united right now. We are enabling that structure, and everything that you see here is going to come to life by the grace of Allah and the three men of God that we just named. I greet the family who views this video in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Alaikum salam.